And we're recording.
Can we just take 20 minutes to talk about the Batman animated show?
We'll do an episode on it.
We were just talking about The Batman, which was so good and so underappreciated.
My name is Jack, and welcome back to another episode of The Unproductive Nerds. Next to me is Dan and John, as always, and today we are talking about Stephen King's universe, with it on its way out, or already
Okay,
out,
now,
depending on
hold up, guys, hold up.
Sorry, what's coming out?
It.
What?
Okay, look, before we start, okay, and this is dangerous because I'm 900 pages into the book, It,
Okay.
and I know you've read it.
It dies.
I know, but try as best you can not to spoil any plot points.
Alright, so shall I reveal the concept for this episode? The basic concept for this episode... is the mic on?
Yeah, it is.
So that'd be terrifying. The basic concept for this episode is the fact that we're doing one of our classes versus episode. We're doing which Stephen King character would win the fight.
Okay.
And I know who my money's on.
Okay, I think we've all got different choices for who we think can win.
Yeah.
So I think if we pick two characters each, explain why we're going for them, and then we fight it out.
Okay.
Alright, John, you want to go first?
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Dan, you want to go first?
Sure. So, my character, who I think is going to win, is one of the most iconic monsters in Stephen King's repertoire of monsters.
Cujo.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Cujo. the crazy ass infected dog. Yeah, what's wrong with Cujo? Is it,
He just has rabies.
he's just
Gets bitten by a bat.
Yeah.
Drives him insane.
Wow.
He's just protecting his owner.
Yeah, that's the epilogue of Cujo is just this really sad bit where he just has this thing about it. There was nothing magic here, just Cujo was a sick dog who was trying to protect his master.
Damn. What kind of dog was Cujo?
He was a mastiff, I would say.
It's the same as, what's it called? Like, fuck.
Same thing that Sirius Black turns into, I think.
No, same as, what's that one? Named after the musical guy.
Dick Van Dyke.
No,
Oh, Beethoven.
Beethoven.
He's one of them.
He was a Beethoven.
Huh.
Wait a minute, wait, he's a big fluffy guy.
Like a
Yeah.
King Charles?
No, like
no.
a massive. I'll show you a picture later.
Yeah. Oh, no.
A mountain dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, did you hear they're making a Cujo movie, but it's C.U.J.O.
I thought
And
you
he's
said
like a
CW.
robot.
He's a robot.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
He's a robot dog
He's
trained by the
K9.
police. Yeah, they're doing K9
Okay.
with Cujo.
Run us down.
Okay. What?
Okay, run us down Cujo's powers.
Should you not?
He can bite.
He can bite people.
All right, so he's
He's an angry dog.
a big old dog who's real angry.
And he has canine rabies, which humans can contract, and it can kill them.
He can run through fences really well. He can break chains.
He can break change. He can scare the shit out of people, but he also has the factor that, and I run out of time here because the camera's on my battery, but he's also got the fact that he's a dog, and no one wants to hurt a dog.
Oh, I got you beat there.
Okay, one sec. Will we switch?
I know who you're going to say, and it's going to win because he's the devil.
Jack, I think you should go next.
Okay, so I'm thinking, right? There's one character that I think she's got the most potential here. She's been mocked, she's been bullied her whole life, she's been kicked and pushed down.
Matilda.
Yes. Carrie White. Her religious mother beat her till she couldn't keep going. Her friends at school, or friends.
Eve was weak.
Her
No,
colleague-
Mama! Eve was weak. Say it.
She's got telekinetic abilities, enough ability to flip 2 trucks, to rip the ground in half. She causes earthquakes.
She's also either Chloe Grace Moretz or Sissy Spacek, both fabulous women.
She can rise from the dead.
Maybe.
Her spirit can return to this world. She can kill a gymnasium worth of people with a hand gesture.
Well, yeah, a bunch
When
of
slightly-
shitty kids, though.
When slightly pissed off. Imagine if she got injured. She can affect electronics with her mind.
Yeah, she's pretty scary, alright, yeah.
And her moral beliefs are all just black and white.
Kid from Firestarter.
You're,
Kick her ass, though.
you're either good or bad. Alright, John, you got a character?
First of all, I would like to say there's actually quite a few psychic little girls in Stephen King's repertoire.
Like the kid from The Shining.
From Shining.
Well, actually, no. The
Little
kid
boy.
from the sequel to The Shining, Doctor Sleep. One of the characters in that is a little girl with really strong shining.
Is Mike Hanlon and Beverly Marsh in Doctor Sleep? I feel like they are, or like they're mentioned,
I
because
think Mike Hannon dies in it.
he brings them back in a book.
Who's Mike Cannon again?
He's a character from It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, no.
King talked about how he brought back those two characters in one of his books afterwards.
Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway,
Otherwise,
John, what character are you going for?
And of course, there's the little girl from Firestarter who, like Carrie, is psychic and little girl, but she can make fire with her mind. But the guy I'm going for, well, he is probably the.
Thinking back, we probably should have excluded this character from the running because he's just OP.
He's actually one of the most reoccurring villains in Stephen King's books. He's the monster from The Children of the Corn.
He's in the stand.
He is.
Oh, I know the guy you're talking about.
He is the Man in Black. What's his name again?
Roland.
No, Roland is the gunslinger.
His real name is. He's known by many names.
Oh,
Randall Flagg is
Randall Flagg is
Randall,
in the stand.
that's the one I knew him as, Randall
It's
Flagg.
one of his names, and it's the one we'll go with. But yes,
Alright.
Randall Flagg, the Man in Black, an incredibly powerful sorcerer who thrives off of chaos and sacrifice and eats people, and is played by the incomparable Matthew McConaughey in that shitty film.
Yeah.
Alright, Dan, you got another one? Just bang a few of these out. Just fire
Okay.
them out so we can get
We're having a royale.
So this guy,
So Royal Rumble.
almost in equal measure as twisted as Man in Black, but no, probably not. He currently occupies residence in Shawshank State Penitentiary, and
Are you?
he's a predator of the showers. And oh boy,
You're going with the bull queer.
I'm going with the bull queer. Don't drop the soap in front of this guy. He'll be on you like white on rice.
Oh, we know Carrie's not powerful in the shower.
He'll go
Opening
Oh.
scene.
All he needs is a maxi pad to throw at her.
He'll go through you like shit through a goose.
Okay, I got one. Pennywise the Clown.
Pennywise the Clown.
E.G. It. I'm just going to call it Pennywise from here on in. Can turn into bears and
Bob
wolves
Gray.
and Dracula.
Sorry, what are you going to call Pennywise?
Shut up. He can turn into wolves and bears and Dracula.
Oh my!
Big old things to clown.
Lions and tigers and bears
And
lions.
a massive statue of Paul Bunyan.
A big old...
Yeah, big old statue of Paul Bunyan.
And its true form is a weird fuck off spider.
Yeah.
But when you stab it, it turns into pure light.
Deadlights.
Deadlights, whatever.
Which can drive people crazy.
Alright, anybody else we're missing before we continue?
Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
I think Danny Wilkes is worth a shout out.
Jack Torrance?
Oh yeah.
Jack Torrance?
Yeah,
Actually, I'd rather don't put in Jack Torrance, put in Danny Torrance.
Danny's dead immediately.
No, sorry, Danny Torrance from Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, what? Like
in
Anybody
Doctor
have their
Sleep,
phone on them, actually? They can write these down.
in Doctor Sleep, he's grown up and he's a recovering violent alcoholic.
Nice, just like his daddy.
Yeah, he's trying not to become his dad. And also, he has really strong
Alright,
shining,
so-
so he's psychic.
Going from the top here.
Yeah,
You ready?
yeah.
Keep in mind that people with the shining in the books also have telekinesis.
Alright, what do you got first? The Man in Black.
The Man in Black.
The Man in Black. Pennywise the Clown.
Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Cujo the Dog.
What?
Cujo.
Cujo the dog.
Cyber Cujo.
What the fuck? I typed in Cujo, right? And it autocorrects to... Oh, wait, hold on. It autocorrects to Fuji.
Cujo the Dog.
Fuji the dog.
Fuji the dog.
Carrie, the girl.
Carrie the girl.
Carrie the human girl.
Annie Wilkes.
Annie Wilkes. Jack Torrance.
Is it Danny Torrance or Jack Torrance?
Danny.
Alright.
No, Dan Torrance, because that's what
Oh, that's what he goes by?
Yeah,
Alright.
Dan Torrance.
Dan Torrance. Let's see, you're the Man in Black. The Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Roland Deschain.
I feel like it's just going to end up being the Gunslinger and the Man in Black.
What's her name? What's the living car?
Christine.
Christine.
Yeah,
Driven by the guy from Death Proof.
And fuck, what was the guy from Shawshank you said?
The bull queer.
And the
Bull
queer. Are we missing anybody there?
Oh, actually, in this context, is the Bull Queer crippled already? Or is
No, he hasn't been beaten into
Yeah.
a coma.
Yeah.
These are all the characters at their most powerful.
Yeah.
So for Carrie, for example, that would be at the end of the movie when she's at her most telekinetically powered.
At the most, telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
And the Mist from The Mist.
You know how the film The Mist ends?
Oh, I do.
We all do.
We all
Yeah,
do.
do you know that that isn't how the book ends? And when he found out that they'd rewritten the film's ending and he heard about it, Stephen King rather famously said, "Fuck, why didn't I think of that?"
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Alright, so where are we setting this?
Derry. Obviously.
Dairy, yeah, it's got to be
Dairy
Dairy.
Main.
Dairy Main.
I'm thinking Ready Player One scenario. So every
It's a foot race. It's a foot race between all the characters.
Okay, well, Roland Deschain, or sorry, the Man in Black would win that.
Can he teleport?
He can sort of turn into, like, mist. And just
Well, could he beat a car though?
Could he be?
Oh, okay.
He's the monster from Children of the Corn.
I know it's like
That
Dairy.
doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what that is.
He's real quick.
Ready
He's
Player
quick with
One
mitts.
scenario. So everyone's powers and abilities are in this universe. So if somebody has the Force, they have the Force, but no other character does.
The Shining.
The Shining, whatever.
They can shine.
All right, so they all wake up on the outside of Dairy Main. They're all heading. They're all heading for the little shop of horrors in the middle of the town.
The one from the musical. They can just really softly hear in the distance. Little shop of horrors. And they're if we're doing characters at the height of their power, it's the little shop of horrors while the giant plant is breaking out of it.
You see, you're thinking of the horror musical. I'm thinking of the Stephen King story where the devil comes to town and sells cursed
Oh, you're thinking Needful Things.
Needful things, yes.
Is that how Needful Things goes? Because I thought.
He comes to town, he's like, hey, all my stuff is dirt cheap, but you gotta play pranks on the other people of the town, and that's what eventually destroys that town from all Stephen King.
Yeah, no, and I know, like, that's, what you call.
Mr. Needful from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I know, but, like, I thought that plot was like a mixture of two books or something. It was a mixture of, like, Needful Things and something else. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Anyway,
Yeah.
fucking get into it. Who's the first one to get to the center of town? Who's the fastest?
Man in Black,
Man in Black. Who's the second?
Followed by Christine. Followed by
Yeah.
Cujo.
I mean, you could argue it could just come out of any old drain in
Alright,
the center of town.
Since
it's sort of turf.
It can sort of become ephemeral, I suppose.
Yeah.
So the Man in Black is just standing outside the shop.
He can become the statue of Paul Bunyan that's in the center of town.
Yeah.
Alright, alright, alright. Somebody's gonna.
That's how
turn
Paul
up
Bunyan sounds, yeah.
Alright, alright, alright. Somebody's gonna turn up eventually. Alright, Georgie, how are you doing? And he puts his hand out from the drain and grabs the Man in Black's leg.
And the Man in Black's like, stop it, I'm getting a bone.
I got one of them there already.
He just sort of hunkers down next to the drain. He goes, "Hey, Georgie, how you doing?" He goes, "You know what the cartel like to do with people they catch down south? No, they make cuts above your eyes and then they yank it down. Put a mirror in front of you so that you can see what you look like." Oh, that's fun.
You want this paper boat?
We got balloons.
I like to think this starts with the Man in Black chasing his paper boat down like a water stream.
You seem like a dangerous guy. Of course I'm dangerous. I'm police.
Alright, so the Man in Black and Pennywise start going at it. How does that fight go? You guys seem to know these two guys.
That would be interesting.
Let's just say for the sake of the argument that it is the Paul Bunyan statue.
Or
the big bird. The big bird.
he'd turn into Roland Deschain, wouldn't he? Because he turns
It's
into
his
what
great fear, yeah.
he turns into what you're most afraid of. So he'd turn
Yeah,
into
he
the gunslinger.
Like, when he turns into the gunslinger, would that mean he would get the gunslinger's abilities? Like, how
No,
far does that
It would
go?
only mean like he'd physically be.
But when he
like
turns
that.
into a balloon, he gets balloon abilities.
He can make, no, he's got balloon abilities to spare. He can make a swarm of balloons.
What? Alright, imagine.
But he wouldn't gain Roland's abilities with guns. He'd just physically be Roland Deschain.
Okay, I see.
But imagine fucking the Man in Black's like, oh, my paper. Alright, my paper. Alright, my paper boat. And all of a sudden, balloons come flying into his face. Like, what's going on here? All of a sudden, the balloons part ways, and Roland Deschain is
I got AIDS.
Roland Deschain is standing there with his gun and just starts shooting
And
at
he's
the Man in Black.
hey kid, you want a blowjob? Jimmy will do it for 5. That's an it quote. It turns into the leper and then chases a 10-year-old down the street asking him if he wants a blowjob.
Amazing.
You remember that bit?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's shooting at the Man in Black. Does it have any effect on him?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think bullets can kill him. I'm not sure, but I know bullets can kill Carrie.
Yeah.
So that's the gunslinger versus Carrie. I think that.
Although, I mean, can she develop abilities to such an extent that she can stop the bullets?
Yeah, no
Or
problem.
will she be in that state
we
of
never
mind?
see her do that.
I mean, I guess you can presume
see
that
her-
if she can
she-
lift a truck, she can stop a bullet.
Well, no, it's about reaction time. She can.
Yeah, that's
she
it,
can
yeah.
stop
She can take-
throwing objects, but can she?
She can take a gun out of a man's hand, no problem.
But can she perceive a bullet before it hits her? And the
she can put up
gunslinger.
some kind of psychic field. They try to throw something at her, and she just blocks it without looking at it.
But again, could she stop? Like she gets shot in the end, doesn't she?
No,
Or
it's,
stabbed.
what is it?
That was fire, no? I feel
The house burns down, right?
Yeah, no, she goes and
House
she
burns
destroys. She brings the house down on herself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like, though, I feel like both the Man in Black and it, and potentially the Gunslinger, will all be occupied with each other and probably not concern themselves with the human girl in the corner.
Yeah,
By the way, I think that one of the first thing. Man in Black and It would probably be able to like tell that she had psychic powers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alright, so I feel like the two of them are just going ham on each other. They're evenly matched.
It would probably turn into like a crowd of teenagers or some shit.
It keeps turning into whatever the Man in Black's worst fears are, and the Man in Black just keeps like destroying his physical bodies with magic or whatever.
Who's the next two or three to turn up?
Cujo, I think Cujo would be put down the moment Roland saw him.
Yeah.
Roland would just go, "Oh, rabbit dog."
Bam.
I feel like Cujo rolls up and he's bloody barking at Annie Wilkes, who's like,
You think,
"Rabbit dog,
you think Cujo hitches right on Christine? Because they both accept there's probably no way that Cujo could kill Christine at all. So he just hops into the
I was
back.
gonna say Christine just hits Cujo.
Christine's a muscle car, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she's like a greaser kind of car.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of car that is.
Alright, so Christine runs Cujo down.
She's a big car anyway. Like she's one of those old wide cars.
What if Christine bites? Or sorry, what if
Christine bites someone?
What if Cujo bites Annie Wilkes and she gets really fast acting rabies?
Oh,
She's Annie Wilkes on rabies.
So she just gets blood brain and just gets like really
I feel like she
aggressive.
tackles Dan Torrance to the ground immediately and just kind of
starts beating on her.
because he's a handsome boy.
Yeah.
and she's like, oh, a handsome guy.
Actually, by the time of Doctor Sleep, he is beat up. Like he's in his 30s, but he looks 50 because he's lived rough. Like he's slept rough a lot of the time. He's gone through alcoholism, and also he used to get into a lot of bar fights. So I feel like she comes at him with a sledgehammer, and he just beats her the fuck to death.
But Annie Wilkes would take him no problem. She's got that sledgehammer.
I think she's got endurance and crazy bitch.
Especially if she's got bat brain.
Yeah, she would keep going. I'd say until she's just fully down.
Yeah, no, you got
Dan Torrance would down her.
You gotta
he'd go fucking like if he gets into a fight, he fights to win. Like.
I see.
Okay, so fucking Cujo's taken out by Christine, and then
Almost instantly.
my theory is, and we've seen this in both Carrie films, Carrie can flip a truck with her mind. So in theory, she can just throw Christine away.
You know that?
I'll buy that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can flip Christine on the back and she ain't gonna get up. Like,
There's
just roll her over. Like,
Have you guys watched American Gods yet?
No,
What's
but
the
you
first
spoiled
episode?
several plot points in it.
I spoiled a single plot point. But there's just this one line in it where someone goes, "You fight to win. We fight. We win." And I'm just... Yeah. That's how Dan Torrance fights.
okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say Christine is gone. Cujo's gone.
Okay, yeah.
Annie
Does Carrie flip Christine?
Yeah,
Carrie definitely flips Christine.
and I feel like she drops something on. She flips Christine onto Dan Torrance.
Oh, would she have the heart to kill Cujo, though?
Well, Cujo's already dead.
Christine
been hit by the car.
Christine took out Cujo.
Oh, yeah.
She dropped.
Hang on, no, this is Cujo, though. Would being hit by a car kill him?
Yeah, actually, what? I mean,
There's a whole thing about how fucking hard to kill that dog is.
I-
St. Bernard's. He's a St. Bernard's.
Yeah, but
I feel like he'd be like dead on the ground, and maybe Annie Wilkes would walk past him, or like walk over to him, assuming he's dead, and he would get captured with a sweet bite on the
Yeah.
ankle.
Oh, he fucking would.
Yeah.
He'd go for the throat.
we forget this car is a trained killer, so we can't forget that. Alright, so that leaves Roland Deshay, Pennywise the Clown, Carrie,
And Randall Flagg.
and Randall.
And the bull queer guys.
Oh yeah, the bull queer's just sort of been in the corner the whole time.
Yeah. He was fantasizing with Dan Torrance, trying to figure out how he's going to get him alone.
Pretty drags off the body of Dan Torrance from under.
You're a pretty boy. I like pretty boys. Oh, what if it would just appear to the bull queer as a version of himself going, "You're gonna swallow what I give you to swallow."
No, I feel like Pennywise would deal with the bull queer in a really horrendous way.
Yeah.
No, he'd turn into the prison warden.
Yeah.
Or he'd turn into like 5 of them and they gang rape him to death.
Yeah,
Or
that-
something like that.
And Pennywise isn't afraid of a little sexual abuse.
So, can Roland Deshay hit Carrie with a bullet before Carrie takes him out?
I would say yes.
Unless he was distracted and she knocks the guns out of his hand, but if he was gunning for her, she'd probably go down.
But
And
who's
he's
his
got-
main priority in this? If
He's got
the Man in
improbable.
Black, or
He's got a deep hatred for the Man in Black, so he will probably keep going for
I
him.
feel like him and Pennywise are going for the Man.
The Man in Black ran across the desert and the gunslinger followed. So the Man in Black ran across the small urban village and the gunslinger followed.
So fucking that leaves Carrie and Pennywise. I feel like Pennywise starts getting inside her head, turns into like 7 versions.
Turns into
of
her
his
mother,
Yeah.
yeah.
but that would cause her to freak out and go into a homicidal rage, like psychic.
But to be
attack
fair,
all
Carrie's
over.
got nothing in her repertoire that could kill it.
No.
There's something really kind of Freudian and psychological about the way they act. Like, it's like their attachment to certain objects that ends up
I think
destroying it. So,
I think Carrie destroys this whole town, but she doesn't destroy it.
yeah, because
Like, that psychic attack, she's going to destroy an awful lot of things.
Derry's in the shit.
Oh yeah, Derry's gone off. It's just a
Yeah.
crater at this stage.
Yeah,
Now this is where... Alright, so Roland... What's the second name? Fuck.
Roland Deschain.
Roland Deschain and the gunslinger are going for it.
Roland Deschain is the gunslinger.
Sorry, and
The Man in Black.
They turn back and all they see is the mist rolling in. They're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And just as the mist comes towards
Well,
them,
hang on,
we
isn't the whole
see...
thing the mist is supposed to represent a portal from, like, the tower?
is it?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. the tower is, like, the nexus of all the different universes.
So, do they take the fight to the tower then?
Yeah, the Man in Black and the gunslinger would totally be able to go into the mist and, like, go to the tower.
That's
Yeah.
way funnier than what I was going to say. I was just going to say the mist comes towards them, and then Pennywise turns into a big thing of balloons to try and stop it.
A big wall of balloons. They're like, no, Pennywise, don't do it. He's like, run.
Remember me!
We are Pennywise.
All the balloons just say, fuck you guys. Because he can create text on balloons. That's one of his abilities.
Alright,
And
so,
he can make upside-down triangles with them.
so Roland,
Yes, you can.
Roland, the Man in Black,
He's got such a fucking big forehead.
Roland, the Man in
Yeah.
Black, Pennywise, and the
I think
Bull
that's
Queer.
that just makes it a bigger target for the gunslinger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pennywise, the Man in Black, Roland, and the Bull Queer are on top of the Dark Tower now.
He's still
fighting
in.
it.
He made it to the top of the Bull Queer made it to the Dark
He
Tower.
made it through the mist.
In the book, yeah, like, well, there's like octopus monsters and bat monsters everywhere. The Bull Queer is just like, I'm keeping my head down.
I know how this works. I ain't dropping no soap.
He rapes one of the squid things.
It's like that scene in Scary Movie where the clown drags him under the bed,
Yeah.
and then the octopus like claws out. He's like, "No!" And the queer drags him back on.
So who wins between the fucking the Man in Black and Roland Deschain?
I think
Like,
the Gunslinger
actually-
would die there.
Is there any cosmic thing or magic thing about the gunslinger, or is he just?
He's just
a
real
really-
fucking good at shooting stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's gone.
I think he's got to go down.
That leaves us with the Man in Black versus Pennywise. Who wins that?
It's a battle that, like, in Stephen King's universe, he would say, "Oh, it just goes on forever." He would
Yeah,
write that. He
we
would
need-
write that.
You would write, it's like, because they go into the Dark Tower and there's that whole thing about cyclical time, they just fight forever.
But we need a winner.
But we do need a winner.
They go through the doors of the Dark Tower and their fight will just carry on across the desert for eternity.
So the reveal is, though, that the Bull Queer has reset everything. He's taken out the Dark Tower and reset all
The
of
Bull Queer is the man in pink.
Surely he'd be the Man in Orange.
I
He's
know.
in the prison jumpsuit.
Their jumpsuits aren't orange in
You see,
In the film.
so light blue, I guess. The man in light blue.
you
Sure,
see
the Man in very light blue.
Very, very, very light
the
blue.
man in no clothing at all.
Yes, the man in the shower.
You see, my thing is,
Oh, fucking a shower scene between it and the Bull Queer.
Okay.
that's how he
Where-
joined the fight at the start.
where
He was in Shawshank. Fucking Pennywise comes.
Comes out of the drain.
Oh,
But it turns into a giant in uniform Clancy Brown.
He's Clancy Brown the Guard.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mr. Krabs is the violent prison guard. Yeah.
Alright.
Clancy Brown, he just turns into Clancy Brown, grabs the Bull Queer and like, looks like you dropped the soap, bitch. But he's still talking with the Skarsgård voice.
Okay, so they're fighting it out.
Where's me money?
I'm gonna reverse my penny. So they're fighting it out.
Ravioli, ravioli, give me the formioli.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway,
I'll give you the ravioli.
the Man in Black has a lot of power, but I feel like Pennywise's powers are just too bullshit to beat. He pulls out.
You could also say that about the Man in Black, though.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of bullshit powers.
So, who wins, or do we just?
I mean,
We don't have to crown a winner here.
we don't really, but like, thing is, I guess,
I want to win it.
But
Though.
like,
That's
to
the
be
thing.
fair, it got originally defeated and in the end is destroyed by
yeah,
regular people.
yeah. So
Yeah, no, Man in
potentially
Black has this.
Yeah, I think if Like,
I think
Man in
the
Black,
Man in Black is human.
Man in Black could potentially recreate a scenario with kids and belief and stuff. He could manipulate a
You can
scenario
like control minds and shit. Yeah.
that would stop the end of it. Because, like, there's a lot of bullshit that happens in the destruction of it. That you're just like, okay, Man in Black could probably figure that out, maybe. After a long time.
Like acid and a stick or some shit like that.
Yeah, they use like a book full of birds, and they use like weird childhood attachments to kill it.
So
Like things that they know are tangible and that they know of.
oh, fucking Roland could use his attachment to that one kid from the Dark Tower.
I feel like Roland
That's
could.
just-
I feel like Roland could have used his guns because he's had them his entire life.
Jeez.
Roland, could the gunslinger's revolvers kill it?
Because he
He's
knows
got so
them
much
so well,
attachment.
yeah.
Because he's had them in his entire life and they represent his entire family line.
I feel like though, because I mean, the thing about it is that he's not so much scary as he is offensive to the very thought of reality, because he's so impossible that people then.
That the only way that you can describe him is with the word it.
Yeah, and that like that's why they beat him with things that they know so well to be tangible. But the thing is, Roland knows a lot of this weird magic dumb shit, so that he could probably just accept the existence of it and just say, "Okay, yeah." But then, would that mean that he would be stronger against it or weaker against it?
I think he'd be stronger.
But no, it'd probably make him weaker against it, but the fact of the matter is the guns, which, you know the thing in the backstory, the guns are made from Excalibur. Excalibur was melted.
That's so cool.
He's descended from
He's so stupid. I love it.
House Duchesne.
amazing.
House Duchesne is descended from their universe's version of King Arthur, who's called Arthur Ailed, and the revolvers were made from the metal of Excalibur. So,
That's
and
so
like,
cool.
he views those revolvers as like an extension of himself. There's nothing more real to him than those revolvers.
Yeah, no, he beats it then.
Yeah.
No, he's got to be able to.
I think he also takes out the Man in Black then.
But no, he fights the Man
The
in Black
thing
a
is,
lot.
that's where the bullshit from the book comes out.
Yeah.
I think it's Roland Deshay walks away.
And in the end, he does beat the Man in Black, but because it's a time loop,
I think Roland walks
It's
off.
an inference that he beats him. I guess, yeah.
Roland walks off. He's like, "Well, I did it. I done killed." He's talking to the Bulker. He's like, "I did it. I finally did it." And just as you think it's all over,
the Man in Black, the Bull Queer runs through the gates of the Dark Tower, and the next book begins. The Man in Black fled across the desert, and the Bull Queer followed.
fucking
We've been the unproductive.
Roland walks off. He thinks he's done, and all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, Jack Torrance axe in the back. So you know Jack Torrance is
the old axe in the back.
Jack Torrance's ghost, because Jack Torrance's ghost shows up
Jack
in
Torrance's-
Dr. Sleep.
Oh, nice.
Jack Torrance is great at axing black guys in the back in the back.
He is at that, to be fair. But
And
they
on
don't
that-
die from it. They don't die from it.
Is the gunslinger black in the book?
No, he's
No.
no. And on that note,
But
I've
Idris
been
Elba.
Jack,
Idris Elba could play any role. I've been John.
And I've
except
been
James Bond.
Dan.
Fuck you, man. I've been the Bull.
I want a female Bond next.
That's gonna be the title of the podcast. The gunslinger fled across the desert,
And the
Bull
Bull Queer followed. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for watching.